It's time to finally hit 1 billion score in Falsetto Fantasy. I just need 13 million, which should be pretty easy because I can reach 300 million with the level 70 Elite in Phobetor. But before that, my last week's score was 877 million. I think my highest before level 70 was 905 million. So with just one level 70 unit, which is Elite, it has increased my Falsetto Fantasy score by about 100 million. Just one unit, by the way. Alright, so I got 40. Oh my goodness, first one. 317 million. Cool. Yeah, okay, that's about it. I thought this was gonna be a little bit longer. 190 million on Elite, pretty crazy. Only had to use 25 crystals, not bad. With an R6 UMA, Phobetor can probably get to like 400 million, but my UMA is still R5. I need like 10 more ripples of her. But yeah, this video was way too short. Here's my relics. I changed my team 1 a little bit. I'm now using Hilda instead of Zihi. This team 1 is a lot more consistent than the Zihi team. You can score between like 45 to 55 million pretty consistently. My team 2 is just the standard Embla comp with Wu Yu. Also can score between 40 to 55 million. And then lastly, my Elite team, nothing has changed except for Mateo's and Lu Shang's relics. I gave him HP and a little bit more speed. Yu Jing is on the relief set. And lastly, Lu Shang on the astral set. I thought I had to use like maybe 200 crystals because I did like a few practice runs. And it took me like about, I think around 10 runs to get a 300 million score. I guess I can dedicate this video to a updated Falsetto Fantasy teams because one comment in my previous video asked for an updated version. So yeah, this would be a perfect time. So again, for team 1, I opted to use Hilda. She has 0 speed because Hilda, you need R4 Hilda for this to be consistent, because if you don't have an R4 Hilda, the boss can resist you pretty often. But with an R4 Hilda, the boss will pretty much not move at all. And I've built my Hilda with 0 speed, so she will pretty much always have the buff on her at all times, because my R2 Yuran will just keep on resetting my Hilda's S3. My Shren Pin is still R0. I'm waiting for the fragment event to come back. That's why I also like keep a lot of crystals on me, because I need to spend a lot of crystals on the event. Alright, for team 2, again, if you have an R0 Wu Yu, mine is R1, you can still get 40 million pretty consistently. It's mostly dependent on what your stats on Embla is. Because again, the main DPS for this team is going to be Embla and also Fushi. My Embla is only D3. At this point, it's not really worth it to go for D6 Embla, because she is only being used in Phobetor. And also in Phobetor, this is the worst performing team. So once we get a better DPS, Embla will most likely be removed from Falsetto Fantasy altogether. It took 2 years, I think it's been 2 years since Embla's release to be out of meta. I mean, she's still in the meta, but 2 years, man. 2 years and she's still somewhat in the meta. That's insane. At this point, I think Hayley's also reaching almost two years. The reason why Hayley's so good is because of the Molten Hot debuff. The debuff is additive to defense break. So if you have defense break plus the Molten Hot debuff, the enemy has minus 80% defense break. It is not 60% and then 20%. That's the reason why Hayley is so strong. And also with her equipment sharing as well, right? Giving your DPS 2 offensive stats is extremely good. Hayley will probably last like 1 or 2 more years if the game lasts that long. Alright, I think Elif has fully stacked up. Let's see her damage. 1.48 million. That's pretty insane. Next is going to be Sonica. We already hit 1 billion, but I'm not going to do any runs for Sonica. I'm just going to show you my relics. Again, for Sonica, the team 1 is just basically extending Hayley's debuff. Nora as fast as possible. Hayley's speed needs to be 50% of the green twins. The red twin as fast as possible. Green twin as fast as possible as well. The reason why you want Hayley to be 50% of the green twin is because the green twin starts with their S2. So being 50% of the green twin speed, by the time you cast Hayley's S3, the green twin will have her turn up and cast the S3. Here's my leaf. Again, my leaf is unchanged. Mateo running the same set. Yu Jing is now on the fastest win set. Lusheng is on the Astral. Fengshun is on the Harmony set as fast as possible. Sloan will be on Thunder. This time you want to run her on Avatara because you actually want to counter the boss. And there's no multiple enemies, right? And Sonica does take a lot of turns. Xuanpin will be on the Relief set. Liam on the Wind set. Sakura no speed on the Harmony set. And then lastly, Shuyao on the Astral set as fast as possible. For the Sloan team, if you can get more resist on your supports, that would be even better. Because you want to resist Sloan's S3 slow. And lastly, for Dark Starlord, I'm going to spend my crystals. Hopefully I reach 300 million. I think I'm going to stop at maybe 1,000 crystals. Just to make it nicer to see. Man, this is lame as hell. 1,000 crystals gone. I still can't get 300 million in Dark Starlord. Unless, maybe this run? Nah, fuck it. If you round this up to the nearest 100,000, that's 300 million. I don't care, that's 300 million in my eyes. Here's the relics. Again, just blitzing through this because I already explained the relics in my previous video. Team 1 is just specifically there for debuff to get 0 stacks on the boss, and then Team 2 and Team 3 will be doing the damage. And again, for the Sloan team, if you can get resist on your units, that's also very good, because then you can resist Sloan's speed down consistently. So that's about it. My Falsetto fantasy score went up by around 140 million with just one level 70, which is a leaf. Last week I had 877. Now we have 1.3 or 1,032 million. My guildmate Disobey is crazy though. He reaches 1 billion without even level 70. That is crazy impressive. I think he's the only one that reached 1 billion before level 70, and I think he did it like 3 times or twice. We've achieved a really big milestone, 1 billion damage. That's about it. Ciao.